My Little Pony special, Rainbow Road Trip. Um, I do love the sort of Toon Boom animation style the movie had. It's
Yeah,
it's,
I
it's
but I wasn't so I was kind of uh about it, you know?
I like it, but it's kind of refreshing. We
The
get
eye shine is just way too over the top.
a
It's like, okay, we get it. They're cutesy. Chill the fuck out with the eye shine, brah.
But
yeah.
they're so adorable. Now you know how I feel anytime the ponies go 80s.
Well,
Yeah.
it's an art style that's really smooth
Oh,
compare comparatively. Like not that the normal art style isn't good or it can't be really smooth, but the Toon Boom stuff is just it's just so smooth. It's kind of refreshing also that we got a new theme for this special. I guess that was part of the deal. It's like, okay, well, if we're thinking of doing a Gen 5, probably do it in Toon Boom, and so let's try and just test everything out. Let's make sure that we can do this ourselves, and we can do this with a very
Now, what I want to know is I heard mention of them making like a second movie. Is this what they're talking about?
I
uh
think so.
there is a movie that's supposed to come out at the end of the
Yeah, it's supposed
series.
to be at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, another movie. I don't know whether it's theatrical release or just one, but it's it's there's supposed to be another movie to sort of cap off the series. Um, the little race between Pinky and Rainbow to the balloon. It seems like an animation showcase. It's very fluid and hectic, more so than the normal Flash animation. Like, it looks like if you it was something they did to, all right, here's proof of concept. You know, here's this little bit of proof of concept animation. Boom, because it's very cool looking. It's uh, meanwhile, everybody else is already in the balloon. It's like, yep. Uh, so ever the workaholic, Twilight brings a bag with papers so heavy that it prevents the group from getting off the ground.
Of course.
So they're headed off to the Rainbow Festival in Hope Hollow, where Dash will be guest of honor. Thanks for inflating her head just that little bit more. She had a little space to go.
Well, hey, if you inflate her head anymore, then she can float she can make the balloon.
Yeah, you got an emergency balloon. Just
Yeah,
just
just
grab
stroke
onto Rainbow Dash. She's got an inflated head. Um,
That's
stroke her ego a little bit. Have the extra balloon.
yeah. Uh, and all the things described in the letter are suspiciously built to be attractive to the six. Spa, karaoke, bakery, fishing, butterfly garden. It's like, yes, these would all be things that if you knew what the main six liked, you'd put in the letter if you were trying to entice them to come.
well, I mean, it wasn't a complete lie.
It was just mostly lies.
Well, no, they just kind of altered the truth a little bit.
They stretched the truth a bit.
Yeah, they had all that stuff, just not how the ponies were imagining it.
um, but we get Pinky's rendition of bottles of pop on the wall. Um, yeah, that must. She runs on just. She's got some sort of nuclear core she runs off of.
Yeah, powered by sugar. What,
Yeah,
3 times too many?
Yeah, it's like at one run through that, it's like, okay, that's enough.
Ow!
She just keeps going. We should have already stopped, but let's keep going and see what happens. Um, so they strike the rainbow billboard and crash into Hope Hollow. The town is gray and boarded up. But one thing I absolutely love about this movie special, whatever you want to call it, is the sort of Minnesota, Dakota, that area accent.
Aw.
Yeah,
Yeah, the very northern accent they had.
yeah, the northern Midwest. It's such an I love that accent. It's
The Minnesota.
yeah, that sort of northern Midwest, don't you know?
Yeah,
It's so charming, and it feels like it's something you just like. Oh yeah, that seems like they'd have a casserole on. Yeah, don't you know? Um, and Petunia Petals wears many hats, and the librarian here, and the information guide, and the hotel manager, historian,
that
chef,
explains why,
portrait painting.
that explains why her hair is so flat.
She got all those hats to put on. Yeah. So they wildly oversold the amenities of the town. Uh, Perhaps the six should get an appearance agent, not named Sven Gallop. It's like, yeah, if you get requests to do this sort of thing, like if you think about it, celebrities, go, attend our grand opening. We'll give you a little bit of money. You show up, you attend our grand opening, and it'll be a big draw for us. It's like, yeah, you need an agent for that, just to handle all those. I imagine at this point. But then again, they never get recognized, so it's like nobody knows that they saved the world a half dozen times.
Yeah, well, I guess they're just used to the world almost ending.
Yeah, it's like, oh well, yeah, those ponies did it again. The six already took care of it. So the town eyes with what? The town eyes with suspicion the colorful six. Uh, at this point, one could presume that perhaps this is a supernatural trap of some kind. If you hadn't watched it through at this point, it seems like that. Um, we get.
It's like Discord do something here. It's all gray.
I like it. Just mods like,
I like it.
this is nice. Reminds me of Boulder. Anyway, so Sunny Skies is a bucket of sunshine and has feelings for Petunia, which is an interesting thing from this whole special. Is like they're acting like they're just sort of flirting, like most of the time. Like they're not even dating yet. They both kind of have feelings, but they haven't quite made it to each other, with the feelings. But like at the end, he's like, because they're all embarrassed and blushing, and it feels like they're on the cusp of getting into a relationship, but they haven't quite made it there. But like at the end, he proposes, and it's like, oh, what? Okay, they just jumped about a year's worth of.
If you finally get there, jump on it.
Yeah. Well,
Apparently.
to that point, though, it is a very, very small town, and they've known each other for years. So, I mean, it's not like she doesn't know what kind of guy he is.
It kind of feels like one of those they grew up together and it's been a will they won't they since forever, so it's more of a
okay, they finally got together. They finally did
Yeah.
it. And it's like, okay, well, we can basically skip the whole dating thing because we know each other so well that it would be kind of redundant at this point.
Yeah.
It's a small town and they know each other very well, so dating would be kind of redundant. She knows the kind of guy he is, and he knows the kind of gal she is, and they're going to be, so if it's going to work out between them, they pretty much already know. It's just a matter of them deciding to do it. Get married.
Yep.
Um,
Not do it.
well, eventually they'll probably
Not
will,
to.
but um, let's see. Torque is the town handy pony, and I really adore Torque. She is so snarky. Oh yeah, I know I did this. It's like, oh, it's so much fun. She's so much fun. She takes Sunny's just over optimistic sort of, you know, sunny disposition and just sort of like, yeah, but somebody has to do the practical legwork on this, which is why she gets paired with Applejack for the work that's going to be done. It's like, yes, you're both get it done sort of ponies. So,
Get her done.
he tried to restore the unity and tight knitted town culture by creating a bigger rainbow. Seems you were trying to restore the cause with the effect. Organizing ways to improve togetherness would be a better way of doing that. The festival employed for Dash to come was to get ponies interested and bring them back close together. This could be read as a sort of an allegory to modern day distancing we see in cities, like on local levels as people move from rural areas to the city. Like people are in much tighter areas, but they're also much more separated in terms of they can be quite distant. Whereas in small towns, it's so everybody everybody in town by name.
Or even, even the small towns. Like I live in city I live in is called a village. It's it's the village of, because it's so small.
So
We
you're
used
the
to
village
have
people.
I'm one of the village people. We used to have a was it a week long or a month long thing? The it was a week long festival that it had it was like a carnival almost that the village set up over near the mall. And when I was a kid, we used to have that every year, and then slowly it died down. And even the mall itself has gotten very, very dead.
Yeah, malls generally do that. They either die or turn into a clothing store.
But yeah, we've never had Pioneer Days, but we also have we've had for a long time. Pioneer Days is relatively recent. I don't know if it's still going on, but that was a relatively recent invention. But we've had since I was a kid a parade, a day's parade, and I've been in it quite a few times. Like once when I was in Little League playing baseball, we were in that. Um, and then once as part of the marching band, and I
But we have a
marched.
4th of July parade, and still we
Yeah,
have
it's not even associated with a particular holiday. It's just sort of this is the
the
day we do
town.
our parade, and it's just a parade for the city.
I forgot to send a message to Dex when I had my layover in Texas. I was gonna say I'm coming for you.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, what you do in your personal life is your business, bro.
I'm coming for you.
Kinky.
let's move
know. I
on.
have the perfect.
Uh, anyway,
Good night, everybody.
yeah. Good night, everybody. uh,
No,
Dwayne,
I have the perfect one for that. Give me one sec.
okay.
Sorry, I was looking for something.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Twilight and Dash both try a magical solution. Rain boom, magic, but they both fail to get it going.
Some big parrots and they brown pasta and they big
Okay, hold on.
So we get our first hint of the resolution as Dash excites the fan club with a performance at the festival and lessons from her. It turns one of the blades of the windmill blue. Now Pinky should be ecstatic, because if the transcript is accurate, one of the foals is actually named Pickle Barrel. Now all she needs is someone named Kumquat, and she's good.
Oh my god.
Pickle Barrel
I don't
Kumquat, Pickle
get
Barrel
it.
Kumquat, Pickle Barrel Kumquat, Chimichurri
I don't get it.
That was the whole when she was it was the Applejack episode where she goes off and works for Cherry Jubilee for a while, and then Pinky, they basically weaponize Pinky to annoy her with,
Oh,
some words are fun to say, like Pickle Barrel Kumquat, Pickle Barrel Kumquat, Pickle Barrel Kumquat, Chimichurri Chunga, and then like just make her stop. And but yeah, she likes saying Pickle Barrel and Kumquat. Now she just needs a Kumquat to do that. And then we get a little exchange with Torque and Applejack. Him and his crazy schemes. What's your business in this, anywho? Well, for one thing, we're helping the mayor, and for another, Granny Smith always says you break something, you fix it. And any job you do, you should be proud of. Torque Wrench, proud to be in the repair pony? Well, absolutely. It's a pretty rare talent to have. Nice work on that balloon basket, by the way. Weaving all that straw is no joke. Ah, yeah, well, thanks for, noticing. So it sounds like Torque Wrench does a lot, but isn't very well noticed for what she does. And so she doesn't have a great bit of confidence in that. Kerfuffle is a treat. She has little confidence in her own work, but Rarity recruits her to help with the festival. And she has a magenta beret. I would say raspberry beret, but that would be a Prince reference. So Twilight is in heaven with their large library. Petunia is showing the same blushing romantic embers as Sunny at this point. The Howls, the Hoofingtons, but they're basically the Howls from Gilligan's Island. If you go watch any episode of that, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
I have never seen an episode of Gilligan's Island. I have, I know that's you. I had seen it referenced plenty.
You've never actually seen an episode?
Nope.
You should see. You should see one episode just to know what it's about and how it works, how the show works. But like, you have a select cast.
Good show.
Yeah, but the Howells is basically a billionaire and his wife, and so they all talk like the Hoofingtons. It's almost they're almost exact sort of ponifications of the Howells, at least in voice. I think I remember. I know he is. He is definitely the Mr. Hoofington. Definitely sounds like it. I can't remember. It's been a while since I actually watched. I'm just going off the notes, but I imagine she did too. They would have just gone for the whole thing. It's like if you're gonna go for the Howls, just do the whole thing. So the Howls apricot pie is crunchy. I left Manhattan for the tighter knit and friendlier Hope Hollow. And so but that eventually turned out to not be a thing anymore. They weren't as friendly. Then you got a little exchange. This show, this episode, this sort of special feels like it was written for a much younger audience. Is shooting it towards the bottom part of their audience bracket. He's made it quite clear he won't share his apricots. He hasn't even said hello in ages. To which Fluttershy says, "Have you tried saying hello to him?" What? Well, no, but... So Fluttershy sweet talks Moody Root into letting the Hoofingtons use his apricots to make some pies. Theirs aren't ripe, but it's hard to tell with everything being gray.
Did you see special? The one where they were, where Rainbow Dash had the celebration?
I didn't remember.
You don't remember it? Yeah, it was like, what, 2 or 3 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago?
I just want to say little baby.
Okay, Dad.
When I was talking little
But, anyway, so, meanwhile, Twilight pores over literature trying to explain the gray. She finds Sunny working on his speech. Some of the old photos there retain their colors. Petunia makes him run off in a blush. She shows Twilight the machine. Twilight gets now a bit inspired by AJ's appreciation to have a Torque. She was inspired by AJ. She actually appreciated her. Have a go at it. Try. Moody Root compliments the Hoofington's pies. That he doesn't seem to have the same accent as the rest of the town either. They both must be transplants. So Torque fixes the generator, and it does what it always did. But when Twilight tries to run a spell through it, nothing happens. Applejack has noticed the spurt of color, but is interrupted by the generator run and then by the bake sale. It's like she's trying to tell you, hey, look. And she's like, nobody's listening to her because they all get distracted.
Wait! No! Go away.
So Kerfuffle has made some lovely accessories. Pinkie Pie gets a pink flower lei. Rarity gets a purple kerchief. Dash has blue goggles. The kids get red goggles.
I thought they were orange.
Well, it might have been red, orange. It's that sort of color. And then they get wing bling for Twilight, which was weird. In every shade of the rainbow, don't you know? So Applejack finally gets everyone's attention on the color. It's like, hey, look. Twilight realizes the generator wasn't the problem as the town comes back into a color with the togetherness. Helpless magic was draining the town, but the generator failure just sort of capped it off. It was the straw that broke the camel's back. It was already on decline, and then the failure of the generator threw it all out. He thanks the six, but not Torque or the others, but I suppose he has plenty of time to do that. And the rainbow generator helps bring everyone together and restore the color. Sunny proposes, though they seem we were just in the infatuation stage, blushing and such. A trout pony with a harmonica. Context is for the weak.
Yep.
And then a big, colorful, musical number to round it out. It had good music throughout. Like it was pretty good music. The End of the Rainbow. That was a pretty good song. That's most. That's all the that's all the notes I had on that. Anybody else have anything they want to throw on?
It was cute. It was adorable. Seeing episodes where there's no color is kind of weird sometimes.
Yeah.
Well,
Kind of
I've
off-putting.
been binging Doctor Who Classic.
Oh yeah.
I'm doing the challenge of watching the entire series
Well,
first to last. I started this week, so I'm still on the Keys of Marinus, I think it is.
Okay, I don't know why. See, when it's black and white live action, it's not as off-putting. It's not as weird.
Hey, not all of it's live action. They do have animated ones. In fact, they have a new animated one coming out soon. I think it's either the
Yeah,
or
but it's
Faceless
colored,
one.
isn't it?
Wait. No, it's not in color. It's black and white.
Oh.
I can't wait. It's either the Faceless ones or the Web of Fear, but it's another
Well,
travel one.
I still stand to my point of animated black and white seems kind of weird.
Why?
I don't know. Well, I mean, like when you've seen something in color for so long.
Yeah, you have to go way back with the way things have been. The way things have been with how you the cartoons have been in color for a very long time, and so like you have to go way back to get back to shows that are completely black and white, and so I guess it's not what you're used to. It's like it's pretty rare to hit a. You have to go way into the classics to find a black and white
And
cartoon.
and on another note, hey Doc, how you like the picture I sent you?
I didn't check it yet.
Ah,
I
Okay,
didn't
well,
even see it.
before we get off on another tangent, I guess we should wrap it up. Anything else to talk about with Rainbow Road Trip?
No,
I got nothing else.
All right.
no, but you do have Woody.